welcome to the Tyrant's Den. Sometimes I wonder why I'm doing this. I'm not putting effort into it. I'm not expecting too much effort. I'm planning to slowly trick myself into putting a little bit more effort in, like every 40, 20, 50, 100 emails a month. Who knows? But like, I understand that concept. If you don't put effort into making the content, then people won't put the effort into watching the content. Quite frankly, I agree with that. If you don't put effort into the content, I'm not gonna watch it. So why do I keep doing it? Like, I know it's not good. Like, I'm a wannabe writer. I have a project that I have like 16,000 words on. I fully believe that if you really want to seriously write, you need to be getting 300 to 1,000 words every day. I don't think I'm going to get that in today. I don't know whether or not I'm okay with it, but I've done it before. I've gotten works finished. I've kind of gotten all the drafts finished, and then I've gotten so incredibly wrapped up in doubt that I just couldn't keep doing it, and yet because I didn't think it was good, I didn't know what to do with it. And meanwhile, this basically doesn't have an audience. I know it isn't good. I'm not necessarily planning for it to become good or gain an audience, and yet I have made it part of my routine. And I go through each day knowing, almost always, obviously there's some days I do it, but I know almost always that I am going to make one of these. You know, no matter how much I dislike it, no matter how little I expect to gain from it, or what a hassle it is to do that day, I know that I'm going to do it, and that's just weird. Anyway, this is number 42, the action figure. Oh my god, this one. This is the one. When I was a kid, because I started getting into these in 3rd grade. I was showing these to my friend in 3rd grade. This one was already out by then. This is one of the ones he was eager to show me, because we all thought this one was just so cool. And like going into middle school, high school, we all thought it was. Even now, I still think this is just one of the coolest ideas anyone has ever had, and we all kind of want this to be real. Action figure.
Do 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 do. Hey, strong.
Oh, that was the sound. Oh, that was the sound. Pay attention to this sound, okay, guys?
Hey, strong back. Do 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 do.
Here we go. Here we go.
Do 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 do. Hey,
Okay, pay attention.
strong bad.
That one comes back. That one plays big. Like, I've heard my brother like walk through the house whistling that tune and be like, "Hey, spoiler alert!" He's like, "Oh my god, yes, that's what it's from." And when I say like I've heard my brother, I mean like last week. Okay, last week there was something that prompted him to remember the source of it. I hadn't brought up recently to him that I was doing these or anything. I was like, no, it's just a cool bit of theme music that will live in the back of your head. Okay, here we go.
If someone made a strong bad action figure, what kind of awesome stuff would it be able to do? Kyle Rachsteiner, Kamateos. Oh man, Kyle, my action figure would have it all. First of all, it looked exactly like me. You know, in terms of his physique and the relative size of his head to his body. Exactly the same.
You notice already here, they're recycling that music that he was doing for the bit now they're doing it here.
And of course I come armed to the teeth with my Chinese throwing weapon. Then, you'll be able to shoot.
Literally today, I realized that's basically a callback to the Hornswoggle. It's like about he could totally go for some croissants.
Sparks from my mouth.
Oh yeah.
You know, like you make a.
Okay. Now, some people who think they're clever, hip comedians be like, "Oh, kids don't even know what to do." I know they do. I work in retail. Toys are amazing right now. They're all over. You guys all get them. But you're not going to get very many toys these days unless you're like going to the dollar store, someplace where they're not going to care about safety. You're not going to get many that spit sparks anymore. But this was the thing back in the day, to have a toy with like a little flint and steel or something mechanism in it that would just go like a sound like that and spit sparks out of it. It was very cool and probably not safe at all. I mean, you weren't going to burn yourself on those. It was just sparks, but I'm sure given the right situation, they could set all the fires.
Noise like that, and when you push down on my head, there would be double deuce action, and then of course you could take the head off too, and there'd be a hole.
Oh my god! For the none of you who both watched the Hell of a Boss reaction I did, and also watched these, dude, the priest was totally rocking the double deuce while he was walking away. I missed that. I should. That was the crossover. That was the crossover.
Where you can pour like motor oil or grapefruit juice or whatever kind of junk you want to put in there.
Motor oil, grapefruit juice. It's basically the same. It's basically the same.
Turn out the lights. Glow in the dark abs, man.
Okay, so here's the one. Here's one that I had from a kid that I'm still not sure about. Is that one sentence? You know, is it? Are those two separate features? Do you have to pour something inside of the strong bad action figure for it to be glow? Because I always just assumed that as a kid. I think all my friends kind of did. But you know, realistically, it might just be two completely separate things.
And get it wet, and you get severe knife fight damage, like magic appears. But that's not all. Battle damage. And finally, switch to the dispenser fish to ooze radioactive goo.
Incidentally, for those who aren't aware, I don't know what action figures can do now, even though I know that they still exist. Even though I think most action figures right now are in the form of Bakugan. Because that's what we saw where I work. Bakugan and Legos. And then you kind of stop. At that point, you're all in. I assume Fortnite is past right now. What are kids playing now? I know Minecraft, but like besides that. In my day, that was basically everything action figures. They'd be like, hey, it's Batman. We've got a Batman with battle damage. We've got a Batman with scars when you get him wet. We've got a Batman that glows in the dark. We've got a Batman that oozes radioactive goo. We've got a Batman that spits sparks. We've got a Batman with a croissant you can attach to it. The only thing that it's missing is, like, a mechanical exosuit that has never and will never appear in any of the source material and doesn't match anything he does. It's like, in Batman's case, it'd be like, I'm Batman, I don't use guns, which is why I have being sold with an exosuit that has a bunch of guns and flamethrowers. Mostly flamethrowers, because for some reason, guns aren't okay, but flamethrowers are. But, for strong bad, it'd be the opposite. Like, hey, I'm strong bad, and check out my awesome mech suit that creates party animal balloons.
I think those things would sell like hotcakes, man. Ooh, especially if they smelled like hotcakes. Anyways, I tried to make one of my own one time, and it didn't turn out as good as my imagination. Basically, all it has is smells like peanut action. I'm looking for some licensees. Hey, Homestar, get away from here! Holy crap!
So they're going to
introduce the.
okay, they didn't. Okay, I might actually do some editing here because there is a thing you can click, which I thought they might do here, but they didn't do here. So I'm gonna go see if I can track that down. Here we go. BAM! Here we go. I edited. You can see the little thing. I can click on that now. We're going to see what it is. Real quick, I want to cover a couple things that I saw watching this again that I didn't mention before. I completely missed the whole completely accurate in the ratio, in the head to shoulders ratio. I liked that call out because, obviously it's not there. I want to talk more about the sparking toys you had as a kid. Because, like, they are so not toys you can sell right now. Because, like at least half of them were guns. Like a gun, like a little plastic gun you could point so you could pull the trigger and a thing would spin and it would spit out sparks. And that's the other thing is that it was like kind of spinning in there, so you could feel that you had a nice motion there. It's basically a fidget toy, except our fidget toys made fire. Fire that the marketing would tell you was electricity because Pikachu. But it wasn't. It was fire, kind of. I'm sure there's a chemist who's like, no, it's not fire. Here we go. It smells like hotcakes, and the music just keeps going. Severe battle damage. Chinese throwing croissant. The music will just keep going too. Coach Z. Cheap as free toys. Remember that name. That's coming back too. Built-in bat putting action. Because that's what sport coaches probably still do, because from what I understand, your sports coach can do literally anything to you specifically, and your parents are going to be like, don't let him get in trouble, he's the sports coach. Ages 3 to 5. High pitch supersonic whistle. I forgot about that. That's special. He's the biggest one. Friends with the cheat. Honestly, I kind of like that. Oh man, imagine dude, getting a toy for $11 a penny. Pom pom, secret cell phone, the lady's choice. As I find that a little disturbing, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Atomic calligraphy bed, extreme whining and crying. Dude, his facial expression, that's actually cool. I might buy him first. Spiked battle marshmallows. Oh, I'm gonna, maybe I'll do that. Maybe that's the one I'm gonna do. Actually, it's pretty low on the list of shorts, so I might do that this coming Sunday. The Marshy commercials. No arms like real life. Peanut strong bad. Homemade peanut warrior. Museum quality. Smells like peanut action. Strong bad. Exciting action man. Green colored hero. Action toy. I wasn't reading these before, so I need to get these. Action toy. Action fighting guy. Action like figurine. Super action doll. Oh man. Okay. There we go. Oh, I'm Spencer. Okay, I liked that one. That gave me a little cheering up I think I really needed right now. See you tomorrow for the next one. Maybe I'll... Oh, almost forgot. If you're actually here and you've gone all the way to the end of this, I know who you are, because there's only one person I think does this, but if you're somebody else, go ahead and comment what your action figure would be like. What would mine be like? I don't know. It would involve dragons. It would involve dragons. Oh, and, comment that, like the video, subscribe, share it to your friends. If you know someone else who's desperate to hear somebody talk about strong bad emails.